welcome back into the studio. I'm joined with Donny Dreher for Total Softball Player of the Year, and it's really heating up now.
It's heating up, and this week, as advertised, we are freezing the top 10.
Yep, it is. It's frozen. It's done. It is big moment. So we did actually have 3 players come off of the top 10, which means 3 players went on. So who are the 3 that got added to the top 10?
Yeah, let's talk about the 3, and 2 of them are going back on. So
yes,
we'll start
fair.
with we'll start with Macy Ireland. And Macy had a great district, as we expected. Had 2 great performances, and just looking at some of her numbers, she has 396 strikeouts. And not only is she doing it pitching, but she's also hitting 570.
Yeah.
She's doing both ways. She is now back on the top 10. Another one that came back on the list, Regan Bennett from Novi. Now, we always know Regan as a pitcher. She hasn't pitched much this year.
Right.
But her offensive numbers, she's hitting over 600 with 14 home runs, had a big game performance against Canton in districts, and so she's back on.
Yeah.
And then a new one to the
the new name.
The new name to the list is Ella Stevenson, 2023, committed to Michigan. She's from Algonac, whose team is in the regionals. Great numbers though. She's hitting 646. She has 14 home runs, a slugging percentage of over 1,300. So, yeah, we just someone that we had to get on the list. She's kind of flown under the radar.
Right, I was going to say, we can't sleep on the smaller divisions, but she's made her way up.
Yeah, and then how about the kids coming off? I mean,
it was a hard decision, full disclosure.
It is.
It's not easy.
In the podcast, we'll really dive into this deep, but we have to look at all the criteria.
Right.
And so some of the kids coming off, I mean, a kid that we just highlighted, Kelsey Nader, who's going to Northwestern, had a fabulous career at Canton, but unfortunately her career came to an end at districts. A kid that hit over 500, but she's had a fabulous career. She's going to do great at Northwestern, but her numbers from a performance standpoint just weren't going to be enough, especially since she couldn't go back and improve on those numbers, right? And then, Allen Park's Maddie Ramey, who, I think Allen Park, probably an upset if they don't win a state championship.
Yeah.
But the challenge that Maddie has, there's so many great kids around her. She's asked to do different things than, say, a Mandy Esman, who, hit us home runs. Sometimes I've seen Maddie sacrifice bunt and do some other things. Great numbers, but not the eye-popping numbers, some of the kids that are in the top 10. So, how does a Northwestern and a Michigan kid no longer in the race? That just tells you the level of talent and the type of seasons that kids are having this year. And it certainly makes for great debate as people are sitting around the ballpark as to who should be on the list. And then the last one who had a great season that came to an end is the junior Kiara Tomey from Clarkston. She had a great season again, but she wasn't going to have an opportunity to improve on those numbers to maybe trump some of the kids that are on the list. So those are the 3 coming off, and we have the new 3 that are coming on, and now, I mean, it's showtime. In regionals.
Win or go home at this point. So we've got a lot of big games coming up here, and then one important note we wanted to mention that the voting is going to freeze Monday, June 13th at noon. Monday, June 13th at noon, the voting will freeze, so make sure you get your votes in. And right now, who do we got leading the way in voting?
Voting is Abby Hornberger with over 22,000 votes. Kelsey Nader could still make a run. She's about 3,000, 3,500 votes behind. So there's
right
still
in that 18.
As of taping, that's where they're currently at. So we'll see where that ends up Monday at noon, and then we are going to go down to the final 4 after quarters.
Yes.
And then obviously our champion will be announced after that. So we are getting close, and it's just some great matchups on Division I, Division II. We've got kids from Division 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we break it down and really dive into it in the podcast and break down each kid and what kind of year they're having. So if you want great detail, go to the podcast.
Go to the podcast. Donny and Brian really do break it down and touch on every kid that's in the top 10 and also some kids that are in the watch list. So and these players, their numbers are insane. Every week my eyes get bigger and bigger when we talk about how good all of these athletes are across Michigan. But like we said, it's going to get very interesting next week, so be sure to tune in to find out who the top 4 are.
Good luck to all the athletes.